Hi everyone and welcome to another Click Intelligence video. This week we're talking about COVID-19 and SEO, but before we jump into the video, why not go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and if you would like to leave a message or question, you can do so in the comment section below the video. So we're going to be talking about two case studies today, looking at businesses that have seen a decline in revenue because of COVID-19 and businesses who have seen an increase because of COVID-19. And we're specifically going to look at, first of all, businesses that have seen a decline, so have time maybe on their hands and what they should be doing with their SEO campaign. So you definitely should be doing various optimization improvements during the kind of lockdown, and these are the areas that we're going to be discussing today. So first of all, we're looking at quick wins, and these quick wins are going to be looking at your very basic SEO audit, so page data, and then also looking at your kind of page speed as well. Then moving on to kind of mobile optimization, and then also you may want to also look at cleaning up your 301s, your 302s, your 404s, and even your 500s as well. Again, most of these things can be either fixed via using industry tools that everyone's familiar with, or using Google Webmaster Tools, which also you may be familiar with as well. Moving on, once you've completed that, potentially looking at your competitors, seeing how well they're doing, see what traffic they're getting from in terms of their keywords they're also ranking for. Moving on maybe to looking at the kind of content gaps that they've got some great content you haven't, perhaps you want to start looking at that area as well. Moving down as well, looking at kind of link sources, so the links that they may have acquired over the time that you haven't, maybe start looking at the type of links they may have and outreaching to those webmasters. Moving on down a little bit more down here, a general content plan. So we kind of discussed the content gap analysis so far, but actually looking at more of a content plan in terms of evergreen content, perhaps, so content that is going to work for you throughout the year, that you may not have on your site at the moment. Moving down to kind of industry questions, so FAQ sections on your site, which you may or may not have. So the users will be searching on Google the whole time, looking for answers to questions that your industry may want to answer. So it's good to have some content there as well. And then moving on to the last point, which I believe you should be kind of focusing on, is going to be link building. There's kind of 4 or 5 areas that I believe that you should be looking at, and that's going to be looking at competitor sources. Okay, again we mentioned about kind of competitor link sources previously, but looking at where they're getting their links from in terms of the high quality links, let's say. Then we're looking at blogger outreach, so looking at the kind of bloggers that are talking about your industry, maybe products or services, that would be a good place to start. And then maybe looking at kind of local citations, so local citations being sites that are talking about your industry or service or product that are local to your area, or it might be kind of directories that are specifically about your service, product or industry. And then the last one's going to be kind of resource link building, and this is really key for you to start to get some quality links from kind of resource type websites. So these websites will be maybe on your industry or topic or service or product, and then they will have a list of resource websites within their website, listing similar websites, maybe some of your competitors as well as your other kind of industry websites that make sense for you to outreach that to kind of blogger or webmaster to get a link on there as well. So that's kind of give you a very quick insight and seeing if you're seeing a decline, what time should you be spending on different areas of your website. Then we look at if you're in the opposite situation where you're seeing an increase in revenue, what should you be doing with your SEO campaign at the moment? And what we're seeing is that you should be starting to look at making sure that your tracking is set up correctly now. So making sure that your tracking with Google Analytics is set up, your goals, your funnels are there. So when you do see an increase in traffic, which you will do at this time, you can start to see what's working and what isn't working. Moving on, you also want to start looking at making sure that you are tracking the correct keywords and landing pages, so then at a later date you can review and see how well you've done. Moving on to kind of your content plan, similar to the other advice I gave on the other case study. Again, it's evergreen content. It's going to be content gaps with your competitors, and also FAQ questions. And then again, very similar to the last case in terms of link building, it makes sense now to reinvest that revenue that you've made over the COVID-19 situation, and then to work on your resource link building, blogger outreach, your PR, and local citations. So those two case studies, which I thought would be useful to discuss today in today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have, please click on the like button, and we're joining you on the next video.